I joined the Army in 2004. Spent 11 years in service. I had all sorts of options in front of me. I was actually enrolled in college at UW-Milwaukee at the time. But I decided to join the Army to kick in doors and find bad guys. September 11th inspired me to want to make a difference in this world, a positive difference in this world. Spent 11 years in the Army, and what I realized very quickly is that I was not going to have the individual ability to change the world to the degree that I wanted to. It was a disappointing and sobering realization that I was just another cog in the wheel, just another piece of machinery in a much bigger machine to which I don't control. I think I definitely made some good happen in this world, but I don't think it was the flavor that I wanted. I don't think I had the influence that I wanted to have. My name is Nick DiMaselli, and today I'm going to talk about my vision for greatness, something that I was actually able to achieve outside of the Army, I think. I'm trying to do it every day anyways. And that is the ability to change the world one universe at a time. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense though. Change the world one universe at a time. Wouldn't we change the universe one world at a time? Well, let's look at it a little bit differently. I don't mean the universe as in all of the space that exists around us today. I'm talking about the universe of a single person that exists in life. Let's take a look at some of the influences that may exist around a person on their day-to-day. How about doing right by others? That's in the upper right. Let's go counterclockwise. Your work life, your morning routine. How about your family, yesterday's problems, volunteering perhaps? Or your weekly rhythm. How do you spend your time in general? How do you share it with people? What about your health and well-being? Your motivation level, your financial stress? All of those items can impact your day positively or negatively. But if the weight of those items in your universe stop you or prevent you from trying to make a positive influence outside of your own universe, how can you ever move forward and actually try to have a positive change for somebody else? Can you give more if you feel like you've already given everything you can to sustain your own universe? Well, let's take a look at one item in particular. I think this one matters in general a lot. It matters to me a lot. It keeps me focused, driven, and hopefully when I speak with other individuals and try to motivate them, it motivates them just enough to want to give a little bit more. Well, let's take a look at what items exist within the universe of motivation. Starting in the upper right again. Being appreciated. Words of encouragement. Being thanked. How about somebody showing a genuine interest in your well-being? What about recognition for the positive impact you have in the environment around you? My favorite, though, is the recipient or the doer of a random act of kindness. How many of you have been in a drive-thru at Starbucks and you find out when you get to the window that the person in front of you has paid for your drink? Well, that happened to me like 10 days ago. And I believe I was the first person to be the recipient because the barista in the window was actually quite perplexed. And she didn't quite know how to tell me. And usually it was, and this has happened to me before, but usually it was, oh, that person paid for your drink and the person in front of them paid for the drink. But I felt like I was the first one. And of course, I wasn't going to kill that chain. I kept it going.
Awesome.
I paid for the coffee for the person behind me. But here's what hit me about that. I'm talking here to you guys 10 days later about that event because it impacted me. It's something that somebody random did for me. They don't know me, but they changed my day. They changed my week. And here I'm telling you this story, and maybe it'll change your day, your week. One little item like that can have an impact, and that might motivate somebody to try to pass that good deed forward so that you can have an impact for somebody else. So we take a look at how that actually equates to the whole picture of how do we change the world, one universe at a time. Well, if you can impact somebody's personal universe just enough to motivate them to want to impact somebody else's personal universe, you can exponentially cascade that all across the world just by changing one universe at a time. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to wrap us up and then we'll finish taking our notes.